welcome back to my zone. My name is Big Girl and you're welcome to Big Girl Zone. So for today's interview, I'm going to be having a conversation with the CEO of that playhouse, and he's also an actor and a very good looking young man who is doing so well in his life. And today we're going to be asking him some questions that you'd like to listen. So keep on watching. What is that playhouse all about?
Well, that playhouse is basically a theater production company that just produces theater plays for now. We actually have in mind to stage 200 theater plays.
That's a lot.
Yes, between now and 2025. We're like, after 2025, we'd have had enough of funds, to go into movie productions. But now we just do stage production.
Okay, so you're actually looking at 2025. I was thinking, my next question was going to be like, so when do you want to stop? When do you intend to stop? So we are going after 2025.
Yes, we are. So the target is basically to do 200 stage plays between now and 2025. It's not like after 2025 we would stop there or something.
Okay. So what actually gave you the inspiration to start this?
Since I was 4, I've always known that acting is my thing. I've always known. So my mom, I don't know, there's something about African parents. They just always have a way of going the opposite direction.
I can relate.
Yeah, so.
I don't mean to cut you. I can remember when I was a child, I told my mom I want to be an actress so I can wear heels and short skirts. Do you know, it was from that moment my mom started talking me into being a doctor, which I did not even like. Unfortunately, I was not able to stand on my ground since I was still a child. And you know how they are so afraid of actors and actors.
I don't know. The funny part is that they keep us away from it, but they have favorite actors.
Yes.
The people they like watching on TV.
Definitely.
But why would you like to watch us too on TV?
So she finally said I should do medicine and surgery, blah blah blah. I said no. Finally, I landed in estate management. Then you know what? She died in year 1 when I got into school.
Sorry.
Don't always apologize. I see it as a miracle that my mom died. Somewhat, I see it as a miracle. But finally, when my mom died, and I was still asking myself, like, what are you really doing in this estate management? And God asked me clearly. I'm a believer though, so it asked me clearly, what is stopping you now from doing what you want to do? What is stopping you? And I'm like, okay. I started paying for online courses in acting, directing, and script writing for stage plays, basically. And after a while, I dropped out of school, estate management 400 level, just a year to graduate. I dropped out of school to actually pursue acting and directing full time. And after just 1 year, and having just written just one stage play at the time, I decided to produce my own play. Influenced from Kingsley Alfred, my friend, my very favorite person. He told me, "Oh, come on, you've written this play. Why don't you just stage it?" And he's like, "Stage it?" He said, "Yes, just try, produce it." The initial budget was 290,000. At the time, I had just 1,400. It was very funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My friend tried to take me out of Calabar one time. He said, "Why don't you go to Lagos? You do so well in Lagos." I'm like, "See, if I go to Lagos, I'll stay on other people's table. But if I stay in Calabar, I actually get to build my own table."
Because this is your
area.
So
I said, okay, when we started, we initially didn't have a name. So I named that playhouse, we announced the name on the 30th of April. That's when we staged our first ever play, Appetite.
What's dab? Is it dab like dab?
Yeah, dab actually has 3 meanings. If you check the thesaurus of the name dab, it actually means someone who is good in what he does. Someone who is good whatever he does. That's one side. And dab, like to dab tears from other people's eyes. Because that playhouse actually donates percentages of their profits from their shows to cancer patients and street kids. So that's the philanthropic aspect of DAB. Then DAB, like the entertainment. DAB, yeah.
Okay, so I was like, why did he use DAB? Because I'm like, is his name Daniel? His name is not Daniel, his name is Maven. So I was thinking it's like an acronym of somebody's name or your family or something. But now I'm really...
And you know the funny part? DAB actually is synonymous to my name, Maven. Maven actually also means someone who is good in what he does.
Okay.
So it's synonymous. I just went for synonymous. I found DAB, and DAB actually had so many other meanings.
But before we go on, I'm actually picturing you now being a doctor. People will die you. Yeah.
I'll be like,
aside from your looks killing people, yourself, I don't know if
I'll be like,
there.
That is your HIV. You should also have paracetamol. Paracetamol you go take. I don't get strength. That kind of doctor we're gonna vibe to Whiskey song. I don't forget raise up. Yeah. I mean, if you open this thing.
Oh my god. Okay, so Maven, like, are you single? Because you are really handsome.
I don't know if I'm single. I'm not.
You're not
I'm
single.
an album. I have so many singles. So.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I'm not
No,
single.
let me take back my question. Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am. I am in a relationship.
A relationship with who?
You want to know?
Yeah.
With Jesus Christ. The other I'm finishing our feet.
Okay, so you're whining us. No, you're whining us. We don't want us to know. You're whining us. You don't want us to know. Anyways, let me just break it to you guys. So we are in a relationship. Are we not?
Yes.
Is it not me?
Yeah, we actually get married soon. So.
It's me, yeah. We're getting married tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So our relationship is more private. Alright, so before we end, going forward, what are your future prospects? What do you think, and what do you say to every other person out there? Because I remember vividly well that some time ago you were just there thinking of what to do. You started a PlayStation or a game house.
Yeah.
It was something you started.
A video game store. I had a video game shop.
Yeah, so and then all of a sudden you came up with Appetite, the World War Appetite. So I want to know, what are your future prospects? What should we be expecting more from Maven, and what do you say to other youth out there that are still there? Like, you don't even know what they are doing.
First of all, I would say, for me, coming from me, you should expect a whole lot from the theater segment. You see, in Calabar, people are already stereotyped to parties and bashes and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then on the other hand, it's church events. So theater here is the bridge between the clubs and the church.
Okay.
Because we actually get to talk about real life issues from an entertaining perspective.
And you see it live.
Yes.
It's not edited.
Yes.
That's the part I
Yeah,
love
it's
most
raw.
about it.
It's raw.
Not
And you get to watch the character you want to. You know, unlike in a movie, you only watch what the director wants you to see, to the camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're watching on stage, you are seeing everything. Your eyes so it's exhilarating.
But don't you think it's distracting?
It's not. If you understand the theme of the story, I think the best thing you should do is actually listen to the conversation.
Okay.
The conversation linked up with whatever you're seeing to build the whole story. And that is why you can stage one particular play 10 times, and one person will come and watch it and always see something different. Now moving forward, young people out there, we live in a generation where people are all talk and no work. Like Calabar, nothing is working. It's a lie.
Actually, people say so.
It's a lie. It's a lie. You are not working in. That's the truth. You are the problem of Calabar. You are not working in Calabar. Say, I just need one opportunity with that. Those people don't invest in. Those people don't invest in people. They invest in potential. Like I said, they don't invest in people. They invest in potential. So whether you are a human being or an animal, if you have a potential, you invest. Another thing is this. They say, oh yes, the place I am is too tight. Nobody's giving me space. I'm in church. I'm in that. I'm in this. Yes, you are in church. Yes, that's the only place you have to function, right? The church you are in right now, if you were absent from church for a month, what value vacuum would you leave behind?
Would you leave behind?
Would anybody miss you?
Okay, so that is the question that you need to take home because of time. What if you ever leave a position of your work or wherever it is you're doing right now? What is the value?
Value vacuum. What value vacuum would you be leaving behind?
Behind. Okay, so I want you to go back home. If you're watching this video right now, if you watch the end, thank you very much. I want you to go back home wherever you are in your house. Maybe you're in your house watching this video, but wherever you are, sit back and ask yourself these questions. I know Maven, he started from scratch, and I'm not going to brag, and I know a celebrity now, but yes, I am bragging. I know Maven, he started from scratch. I know when he started, but you too can be part of that. You too can be part of the change that you want to see. Okay, so if you watch this video to the end, please like, share, and subscribe, and I love you. So bye.